Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us here today at Bitcoin Exchange. This is Jay. I'm your host of this channel, and I wanted to do an update here. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, but I've been kind of inundated with all these ICOs coming out. But IOTA, I wanted to bring an update for November. We've done a couple things, and I wanted to kind of, if I could, just kind of open my heart up and share a little bit about this. IOTA, it was one of the very first coins after Bitcoin and Ethereum that I actually got into. And I really, really like this coin. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, every coin has to have an answer to an issue, a real world issue, if it's going to have an impact that is lasting. And if you've not watched my video on what I look for in an ICO, you need to do that. But IOTA, early on in my portfolio, I really loved what they were doing. I mean, they are building the backbone of the next generation of the internet, and that is a worldwide platform, and they're taking their sweet time doing this, and they are making some progress. But as an investor, the coin has been doing some things that is kind of well, to say the least, alarming in some portfolios, in some minds. With me, I sit back in the long haul and just watch it, but kind of there's some things I wanted to kind of address here in this particular video for our IOTA fans. And that is, number one, they are making progress. In fact, they just hit 65,000 on the Tangle, and soon will hit 100,000 by the holidays here of 2017, which is a large increase in volume on the Tangle. And as you know about the Tangle, the more volume there is, the safer that it is and the faster that it can run and different things. So the network was down for a point of 48 hours, roughly, and that was due to a minor bug and some network upgrades. So they're through all of that. They do have a new wallet version, and this changes periodically, but the new version as of this week was 2.5.2. You can find that on GitHub. The Flash channel's up and running now, of course, and they're on Binance, and they're getting on the Binance exchange. And Dominic has said that they're trying to get in several other exchanges by the end of the year, and I believe he's right on that, obviously. But Binance, if you go to Binance, here's the cryptocurrency coin market cap here. And I'll refresh this, perhaps, if I can. Anyway, when you go down here to see IOTA, we'll click on that. It's right now at 47 cents. So it's going back up. I got to tell you, this thing dropped, at $1.06. And back in August, when I did something, I put out a fall IOTA price prediction in a video. And prior to that, I did a video back in July that was kind of like, for the next, 10 years, this is where I could see this coin going. And that was my very first price prediction for IOTA, and I stretched it out over basically a decade, because I believe it's going to take, several years for IOTA to build the backbone of this new second generation of internet, and they're not without their competition. So I said that this coin could hit $1,000, and it could very easily do that. I should say it could do that. It may not be as easily as I had anticipated originally, but I've been getting a lot of good response from that. I've been getting a lot of negative response on how can I think that a coin with that kind of 2 billion plus 2.7 billion IOTAs out there, and each IOTA is a million IOTA, so it's like, how could you possibly think the market cap? And they keep hitting me with this marketing cap concept, and I get that, I understand that, but when you take, first of all, a decade from now, everything's going to change, and the second thing is, this is a world coin. This is going to be dealing with top 500 of all the businesses in the world will eventually get into it. But your Fortune 500 companies are not going to buy 1,000 of these coins, folks. They're going to buy hundreds of thousands and millions of these coins. And over the next 10 years, it's not going to be that difficult for IOTA to hit those numbers. Then I did a fall prediction, which is kind of where I was heading now, because going back when I made that fall prediction, it seemed very logical, seeing that it had hit $1.06 back here in August, and they had their similar spikes, and it had tested the market here, and then they come back and hit it above again. And what I started seeing here was a head and shoulders pattern that could very well predict the next move up forward. But when you get into late August, September, getting into some changes that were happening on the inside of IOTA, but more so exterior forces, and through this area here, you have China we're closing our main exchange. And for the cryptocurrency world, the Asian market is the leading market in all Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And so we saw everything kind of take a dive here, which was completely unexpected and absolutely no way to foresee this coming. When I made my fall prediction, I expected this to be the head and shoulders and then shoot back up and be well above $1. Well, in addition to the Chinese changing their criteria and closing their main market, and even though now, November 8th, at the making of this video, they have reopened that, it had its effect through here that no one could see, as well as it goes on to Binance Exchange. Now, at this same basic time frame, excuse me, Bitfinex no longer accepts United States citizens because of the SEC requirements, and so there's a lot of Americans that were holding IOTA, and myself being one of them, and so it had its effect. Then when it went on to Binance, and they finally got it onto the exchange Binance, Binance had it suspended for several, I want to say at least 2 weeks, to where you could move your coins to there, but you couldn't buy it, you couldn't sell. It was pretty much a lame duck. Now Binance is up and running, and what you're seeing now is a reversal of this trend. And so when it used to be down here at 33 cents, which is back around June pricing, okay, makes this jump, comes back down because of the world events that we just mentioned and the factoring in of Binance finally getting going. Now that it's back up and running and people can buy and sell, the price is starting to go back up. And we're sitting here now at 47.1 cents, and it's going to be hopefully trekking its way up. Now, this is a long-term hold coin, so this is not a real big issue for me because I expect volatility over several months. We didn't know the events, and we certainly can't tell you what's going to happen in 2018, although we're hopeful and expectant that this trend is going to continue to shoot upward. So I would like to see this coin go above $1 by the end of this year, rebound to its full strength, and then carry over into the first quarter of 2018 in a very respectable place. Now, when you get back over here to the market cap, IOTA at one point was above NEO and NEM, and now it's fallen down here to number 12. It's going to make its way back up. There's not a whole lot of difference between where IOTA is now, here in the 11th position, and moving itself up to even the 7th or 6th position is not a far leap for this particular coin. In fact, you could see it go from 11 to 7 within a stretch of even 2-3 weeks. It could push every one of these down. This guy here is still kind of, it's a giant coin, folks, and the potential for this long term is going to be amazing. But this little guy here is just taking his time. The team is just continually building and doing their thing, and they're reaching their milestones, and they're completely focused. You can get into Dominic's journeys about where he went to Chicago and talks about the IOTA legacy and basically where it's going, and you can follow all that as closely as you'd like. But you're going to see very quickly that this little guy here has the strength of a bulldog. This guy here, he may sit back, get rid of that. You may sit back and say, well, it's going to go farther down, or how it's really got to work to go up. No, it doesn't. This little bulldog here, it will go from 11 to 7 almost overnight. It'll do that within a week or so. When it's ready to make its move and the people that are holding IOTA begin to sell, this thing is going to start charging right back up into the top 10 again. So I expect that to happen before Christmas, no later than the end of the first quarter of 2018. But I do expect the coin in 2018. I expect every cryptocurrency that is a legitimate cryptocurrency to really start a vertical ascent, if you would. And this is the expectancy of Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin's at 71.88 as we speak. Bitcoin will blow through 8,000 by the end of the year. I want to refresh that. It's a 71.88. This coin, Bitcoin, is going to fly up through 8,000 here in just a little while. And now that they have canceled this segment hard fork, this is going to make it even much more plausible for that to hit 8,000 or beyond by the end of 2018. Or 2017. And then on beyond that into 2018 is going to be a very strong move for every cryptocurrency. But I wanted to put this out there as an IOTA because, you know what, I really love this coin. And there's a lot of loyal followers that are with me that have helped build this channel on the backbone of this particular coin. IOTA is an amazing coin, and if you don't have it, you need to buy it now because at 47 cents, that's a steal. Because it's been as high, as we've said before here, it's been as high as $1.06, and it could certainly return there very quickly. And if you buy in now, you might be happily surprised that by the end of the year, into January, you're over $1 and you've doubled your money in the long running. This is going to be a long running coin, but it's not going to be hard to hit 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 2018 and the years to come beyond that. So love this coin, love this company. Wanted to put this video out to kind of give you an update to say to you, do not sell your IOTA coins, buy your IOTA coin. This is the time to buy because I'm predicting, based now that we're through this China syndrome thing, if you would, and we're through the hard fork being canceled, all these cryptocurrencies are going to go up. And IOTA, when it gets onto the two other major exchanges, like Poloniex and Bittrex, when it hits those two exchanges, you're going to see a forward leap in the price of this coin. It's going to be fun to watch through the winter time and getting into 2018. So, hey, listen, I appreciate every one of my listeners, every one of my subscribers, our IOTA fans that are out there. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, throw me out a comment. I'm very connected with my audience, as you know, and this channel is getting its grip. It's taking off well, and I really appreciate everything that everyone is doing that is supporting this channel with your great comments and with your just being there and watching the videos. It means everything to us. So I want to say thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the future.